What is up, YouTube? This is Rob from RP Model Railroads. This is the long overdue and hopefully long anticipated layout update video regarding my HO scale Ephrata Valley Railroad layout. So stay tuned. First, I'm going to talk about the adjoining 4x4 L-shaped part of the layout, which has now been called Industryville. Now, in legend, Industryville is not a separate town from the town of Ephrata. It is still part of the town of Ephrata, but it was given this name because of the many large industries that can be seen in Industryville, including Spartan Tire Manufacturing Company, the Storty Tool and Die Company, which, as a matter of fact, this factory was originally on a siding on the 4x8 section of the layout, and I will be making some custom signs for it in the future. RWP Lumber Company, a building that has its heritage in the original 4x4 Ephrata Valley Railroad layout. Putnick Salvage Junkyard, an idea that first started on the original 4x4 layout some time ago, and now has expanded to be about double or triple the size it once was on the old layout, and has its own custom crane and 2 custom scrap loading trucks, not to mention several scrap-filled gondolas. Standard Electric Company. And last but not least, there's the Ephrata Valley Quarry Company. The scene has yet to officially take shape, but it will be in this corner of the layout. Besides having 3 old-school 2-story homes, and the Railroad Hotel building, or Sam's Hotel as it's known, that was originally part of the old layout, Industryville also has a new structure, a model power water company known as the Pure Water Supply Company that doubles as the storage area for Ephrata's maintenance vehicles, including its Oshkosh snowplow, a repainted Hot Wheels, road grader, road roller, and dump truck. And the old Ephrata Fire Department firehouse was saved and is now the substation for the EFD, housing 3 additional pieces of fire apparatus, Rescue 1, Engine 1-3, and Engine 1-1, here in Industryville. And being that autumn is a theme on the Ephrata Valley Railroad, I couldn't help but build some more trees made out of Woodland Scenic's tree armatures and lichen to put in this corner of the layout. And it truly did make for some great scenery in Industryville. There are still a lot of small details that I do plan on adding to Industryville, but from where this part of the layout was a few months ago, I'm pretty proud of just how much has been accomplished in a few months. Another interesting new addition to the Ephrata Valley Railroad layout is the creation of Penn Tunnel. Now, this was an idea that Aaron came up with to bridge the gap, literally, between the two sections of the layout, for the road that is, because a bridge going over the 4 tracks that can be seen in the layout, while that includes 3 switch tracks and 1 siding, specifically, would have been a daunting task, and in the end probably would not have looked that good and would not have been probably that practical. So he came up with the idea of Penn Tunnel, which basically solves the problem for cars to get from the town of Ephrata to Industryville. And here is the road in Industryville that leads to the tunnel portal that takes cars back to the town of Ephrata. And here is the second Penn Tunnel portal. Cars coming from Industryville arrive in the town of Ephrata, and cars leaving Ephrata arrive in Industryville. This was a pretty unique idea, and the tunnel portals did turn out pretty awesome, in addition to the signs that Aaron came up with, which do look a lot like road signs, and signs along the sides of the tunnel portal warning HO scale cars to drive slowly. Penn Tunnel is inscribed above each tunnel portal, and there are also some unique piping and venting details on the back end of both tunnel portals. This was certainly a unique idea. Now, the town of Ephrata itself is already full. All building additions have been finalized, and pretty much all real estate has been consumed in the town of Ephrata. So let's do a quick walkthrough as I discuss some of the new building additions. Up first, there's one of my favorite new buildings in the town of Ephrata. It's the Ephrata Valley School District. This building right here is formerly a Tyco lighted factory that Aaron did an amazing job customizing. And the playground outside is made up of some lifelike playground equipment, an American flag, and some Woodland Scenic's clump foliage and coarse turf that I spread down to look like grass in the playground. It certainly turned out to be quite an awesome scene. Next to it is Al's General Store, a building that was purchased for the 4x4 layout some time ago and made its way into the 4x8 and now L-shaped Ephrata Valley Railroad. So here's Union Depot and the green water tower next to it. And I'm going to go to a bird's eye view of the town of Ephrata. We're looking right now down at Main Street, which Main Street is the main drag, literally, through the town of Ephrata and runs at a curve all the way up to that grade crossing up there by the tracks, and then ends up back at Penn Tunnel. So that is Main Street in the town of Ephrata. On the corner, we have the Tyco lighted church, which actually was on my retro Tyco layout. I decided to pull the base off the church, put it down on the layout, and put some clump foliage around the church to look like bushes, park some cars on the road there, parked alongside the church. And this building, in my opinion, this church building looks way better than the original lifelike Good Shepherd Church. But I've still decided to call this church the Good Shepherd Church in honor of the first and only church that was on the original town of Ephrata. The next new building addition is Classic Auto Sales. This car dealership is actually a completely kit-bashed model, to my understanding, that I found on eBay. And it turned out to be quite an interesting building. Besides all the details, it seems to be a more of a modernistic type look building with a clear showroom so you can see the vehicles inside, green trim on the doors and windows, and the building itself is white. The roof was designed to open up, and kudos to whoever created this building. They did a pretty awesome job so that you can go inside and access the vehicles inside the showroom, which is a pretty great touch. And being a car detailer, I definitely appreciate that, as I probably will be changing vehicles out of the dealership showroom every now and then to change up the scene on Main Street in Classic Auto Sale. Another new building addition to the town of Ephrata, Speedy Andrews Repair Shop. This Tyco shop was actually on my retro Tyco layout, and I decided that it would have a better home here in the town of Ephrata, right next to the entirely fictitious Penzo gas station. And yeah, it certainly does fit in on Main Street quite well. And while we're in this area, I cannot forget to mention the Ephrata Donut Shop's new rooftop donut sign. Aaron absolutely knocked it out of the park with that sign. And then we have the AAA Trains Hobby and Games building, which you guys have already seen that when I revealed it in a previous unboxing video. The USPS Post Office building and the Ephrata Journal on the second roof, which is actually a Tyco Vanderbeck drugstore building. The new Ephrata Fire Department fire station, main station, with engine and ladder 1 peeking out of the bay doors, and the antique quad fire truck back there, the chief's vehicle, and also the Mack Squirt for the Ephrata Fire Department, Squirt 1, driving down the street. And by the way, this street is called Roosevelt Street. Next to that, we have the City Hall building, which has been on the layout for quite some time now, and the Equitable Trust Bank at the end of Roosevelt Street. Here's another angle looking at Anthracite Avenue. There's Good Shepherd Church, the new Good Shepherd Church. The corner of Roosevelt Street with Equitable Trust Bank. And then we're getting up to House Street. House Street is the home of some of the largest buildings in the town of Ephrata. In fact, some of the largest homes that I have ever had in HO scale. And they border on House Street and Railroad Avenue, the road that runs parallel with the 2 tracks at the back of the layout. And here we are painting up Railroad Avenue at the backside of all the homes on House Street. There is the old Schuylkill Valley Station, still looking mighty fine on the new layout. And three-story buildings. These buildings were actually new additions. I bought these at a train show not that long ago. And the building on the far right towards the camera, the white building, is going to be a barber, Mr. Cutright's Barbershop. The building in the middle is going to be a restaurant. And the building on the corner is going to be a clothing store or laundromat building. And all 3 of these buildings look fantastic right there on this part of Main Street, right as you're looking in off of Railroad Avenue and beyond the grade crossing that is to be at the back of the layout. So yes, the town of Ephrata is now completely full, filled with many little plastic cars and trucks and tractor trailers, some repainted Matchbox and other repainted HO scale vehicles as well. The town of Ephrata has certainly come a long way, and it's truly awesome to see the layout at this point after months of hard work and collaboration between Aaron and myself to see the layout now have an orderly town, and you know, besides having an orderly town, having some great railroad operations. I'm having a lot more fun filming trains on the layout and photographing trains on the layout to look realistic as possible. Really honing in on my love of photography and videography now that the town of Ephrata is almost complete in terms of buildings. There are a lot of small details I still want to add and need to add, like street lights, telephone poles, some more vehicles as well that I'll be adding over time, but the Ephrata Valley Railroad has truly turned into something that I never expected it to have become, and it's thanks in part to Aaron's inspiration, friendship, and awesome work. Thanks again, Aaron, for all of your suggestions this past year. The town of Ephrata turned into something I could never have expected it to. And now, the town of Ephrata is going to continue to be my layout. I'll be making new additions every once in a while. I'll continue to do rail fanning videos, some unique video compilations featuring Ephrata Valley diesel and steam locomotives in action, hauling passengers and freight on the layout. And I hope to continue to do layout update videos and perhaps even a layout tour at some point once I'm even more satisfied with how the town is coming together. I hope you all enjoyed this layout update video. Please comment below what you like about the Ephrata Valley Railroad, the town of Ephrata, some of the new additions, etc. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this layout update video, which I've been planning to do for a long time, but there have been just so many new additions. It's taken me some time to finally accomplish this. Thank you all for watching.